to calculate the distance and direction, make adjustments, and keep the ball on your shot line. Because of these extreme demands on your eyes, you'll find it helpful to spend time training your eyes to narrow their focus to an even smaller target than the entire 18-inch rim. Your shot line has its endpoint in the bullseye of your target, the center of the rim. So, to be more specific, you'll be training your eyes to focus on where your shot line finishes. Remember, if you aim big, you'll miss big. If you aim small, you'll miss small. If you aim at the entire rim and miss your target, then you've missed the shot. But if you aim at the tiny bullseye and miss, well, you can miss by as much as 5 or 6 inches and still make the basket. So, how are we going to accomplish this training? Well, a typical goal has 7 net holders welded on the underside of the rim, but the number really doesn't matter. Just line yourself up at a comfortable distance until one of the loops is dead center on the rim from where you are. Picture your shot line going up and coming down just over the rim on the same line as the loop. For a certain number of training shots, don't take your eyes off that tiny loop, not even to catch the pass. Get a partner that will give you an accurate and soft pass straight to your hands in your shot pocket. Watch and catch the pass with your peripheral vision, because I want you to keep all your concentration on that tiny bullseye. Once you begin to feel the eye strain, give your eyes a break and move to the next loop. In this manner, you can complete your training by working yourself all the way around the rim using each loop holder as a tiny bullseye. Save this eye training drill to the end of a workout. This is not a game speed kind of drill. This is a take your time and concentrate drill. I'm always amazed at how a player's accuracy goes up during this drill. And if your accuracy goes up, and it will, then don't worry about explaining it. That's something that even our best scientists can't do. Simply accept that there's something going on with your eyes and your brain that you can sharpen and train over time to increase your accuracy. Last of all, consider that most players are not training their eyes like this. Doesn't that make you feel good? There will even be a percentage of players who watch this video and watch this section and still never do it. Remember, winners do what losers will not do. It's not a matter of can you do it, it's a matter of will you do it. Getting better is a matter of the will.
Chapter 8, the Women's Chapter.
I believe that shooting technique and training is no different for females than it is for males. And if you believe the same way, then skip this chapter. However, since there seems to be a perception from many people that there is a difference, and since I do see girls making different kinds of errors in their shooting form than guys do, I've decided to dedicate a chapter solely to our female players. Let me start with a personal illustration. By the time I was in college, I was becoming a pretty good shooter. One day after our practice, I was watching our girls' team finish their practice. Their best shooter, Liz, stuck around after practice to get in a few more shots. I asked her to play me a game of horse. I let her go first, and that proved to be a mistake. Her first shot, which she makes, was a 15-footer in the corner. After I match it, she moves back to what's currently the three-point line. I match that as well. She then moves back to the out-of-bounds line, makes the shot, but I make mine as well. So far, so good, right? Liz then steps out of bounds to the edge of the big border and knocks the bottom out of the net. Now, I had never practiced shooting out of bounds because, well, you're out of bounds. I rim out and got my first letter. Liz laughs, makes some funny remark, moves back a little further, and stays out of my range until she won. Now, Liz was an All-American and led that team to the 7th and 4th place finishes in the national tournament. But that's not my point. I was bigger and stronger than Liz in terms of brute strength. But when it comes to shooting range, athletic strength is much more important than brute strength. What do I mean by athletic strength? It's the ability to coordinate the groups of muscles together in such a way that the sum is greater than the parts. This young lady could coordinate the strength of her legs, glutes, core, arms, and hand speed in such a way that she could control the fly of the ball well beyond my shooting range. So please don't tell me that shooting range or strength is a problem because you're a girl. It's not a gender thing. It's a technique thing. It's what this whole video is about. Like a computer virus that spreads faster than it can be caught, there's a shooting virus that's spreading among our female players, and it's killing their shot development. It spreads in many forms and sounds something like this. Start your shot here, above your head, on your shoulder, in front of your face. No. To start the ball anywhere but here is to sabotage a player's shot development.